And the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has insisted that the local government secretariats in Rivers State will remain under lock until a court judgment is delivered on the controversy over tenure of the local government council chairman in the state. Well, the directive comes as the state awaits a court ruling on the local government crisis that has gripped the region. At a meeting with senior police officers here in Abuja, the IGP says that the occupation of the local government secretariats by police officers was to ensure peace and order and not to intimidate anyone. According to him, the continuation of the police barricade on the secretariats was to prevent a breakdown of law and order.
The Rivers issue, you are all aware, is in court. The police will wait for the outcome of the court case. Whatever the court decides is what the police is going to do. Yes, we have our men barricading the secretariat as at now. We are doing that to prevent breakdown of law and order in that state. You are all aware that in what happened 2-3 days ago, we lost a police inspector. We are sad about that. We don't want to lose more men. We don't want to lose more Nigerians. We don't want to lose more citizens of Rivers State. So we have a duty to prevent breakdown of law and order, and that is why we have our men taking over those secretariats.
Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Adeboro Damson, joins me now in the studio for more on the rulings in Kano and Rivers State. Thank you so much for joining us, Senior Advocate. I mean, this must be very interesting times for students of law and history, if you like. This ruling by the court, High Court judge in Kano State, exactly what does it imply in terms of the reinstatement of the Emir of Kano?
First of all,
this is the 16th Emir of Kano.
16th Emir of Kano.
Yeah.
That's Sanusi.
Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi.
Well, let's start from the fact that the judge was right, that a court order, whether wrong or right, must first be obeyed. Now, if you don't obey, then you face the penalty. However, in this particular matter, you have to consider a lot of things.
Right.
One, what did my Lord mean by status quo ante?
Aha.
At what point would that status quo ante begin? My take on it is simple. My Lord does not have power to decide the substantive matter at the interlocutory stage of the matter. He has not decided the entire matter. So if you say the Emir should vacate now, you have given judgment.
But is that what the judge said in this case?
He did say
Does
that
it imply,
expressly.
Does it imply?
That is the implication.
Right.
Deciding the substantive matter at the interlocutory stage of the matter. Why is my Lord in a hurry? If you have given an order, it's not obeyed, I agree that there must be a punishment to that effect. But the question you ask yourself is this. Where the victims, the governor, the emir, on sit now, were they served with the court order? It will be amount to laying a dangerous precedent to say that by mere hearing something from
on tape,
social media or television, that amount or that is tantamount to service. That is not what the law prescribes. Service of such processes must be personal.
in person.
I made this statement before here that look at it well. Was the governor served with the court order? If the order was granted in the evening of the event, and from what I've gathered, that the governor signed the order enthroning the Emir Sanusi before the order was even made by the court.
Right.
So how can you now say that they were aware? However, I was not there, so I don't know the facts that were placed before the court. Now, look at this. Even at that, why is my lord in a hurry? If my lord, because if you look at the conclusion of the matter, my lord transferred the matter to another judge.
Yeah, because
saying that he has been elevated to the Court of Appeal.
Yeah.
Elevation until it is confirmed is inchoate. If it is not confirmed by the president, they are the mere stage of say, oh, we have nominated you. That is not elevation per se. So now, if you look at this critically, this appointment has not been signed or approved by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in accordance to the provision of the Constitution.
That's on the issue of the High Court judge's elevation. To the appeal court. Okay.
So what I'm saying is this. If you know you will not take the matter, why are you in a hurry? Why don't you quickly, particularly, let's look at another issue. If the appeal, you said in your own order that the decision of that court, the interim order, has been taken to appeal, wherein the appellants were challenging the jurisdiction of the court to even order, to give that order. Now, if that is pending, if appeal, the record of appeal has been transferred to the Court of Appeal, this court, my Lord Justice Lima J, has no jurisdiction any further.
So you're saying the judge in this case, without putting him in the dock, is he descending into the arena? Let me just quote here, because the judge held that the Kano government and the Attorney General were aware of the restraining order granted virtually on May 23rd, 2024, but decided to believe the order was made abroad. Is the judge here descending?
The question is, how were they aware? How? Were they served with court order personally? Or they heard via rumors, social media, or television? They are two different ball games. If they were served, my lord is absolutely right.
Is that the only way notification can be made?
The law prescribes how service can be effected on natural person. And the other person, like limited liability company and others.
Right.
You know? Now, if it is not done according to the position of the law, such service is ineffective. So what I'm saying in that sense is this. It's not by me saying, oh, they were aware. How were they aware?
Right.
Were they served with the court order?
Which is the argument, which is the case. If the
order was even served,
right,
when the action has taken place, that order, you cannot say they have violated the order.
So what exactly is status quo ante here?
This is the question that is begging for answer.
Yes.
And to me, my own opinion in this matter is simple. It is dicey. But as at the time my lord made the order, what had happened? Before my lord made the order, if the governor had signed the enthronement of the Emir of Sanusi, then that's the status quo.
Yeah, but the issue
here... If he had not signed,
right,
then the other man, Bayero, Emir Bayero, have to revert back. But like I've said, that is not the proper order to make at this point, with due respect.
What would be the
It will cause confusion. You see, Nigeria should be wary. The way we take things, we are taking it with levity. But I'm serious, this is a serious matter.
I'm glad you even point that out, because my next question is the role of the judiciary in this crisis. You know, the issues, the cases in courts of coordinate jurisdiction, you know, and what have you. What do you think the judiciary is doing to this matter right now in Kano and maybe in general?
You will remember, I can't remember the particular date I was here, and I stated clearly here, and maybe you did not believe, that I am sure that NJC will intervene. And by my reckoning, 2 days after, the CJ intervened by inviting the affected party, the CJ of the states that were affected. The Federal High Court CJ,
right,
the Kano CJ, you know, and I know it's under. And I remember, I said it clearly here, that what was submitted before my Lord Lima J was with respect to fundamental human rights. How will fundamental human rights now affect chieftaincy matter in Kano? But that because he has assumed jurisdiction until and except he has concluded his assignment, he has jurisdiction.
Before we forget the case in Rivers State, very quickly, there have been calls, concerning the developments in Rivers over the National Assembly membership or not, or membership of the PDP or not by these 27, House members. In what, circumstances can the National Assembly take over the reins of the State Assembly?
That is prescribed in Section 305 of the 1999.
Yeah, but what are the circumstances that could lead to that?
State of emergency, when there's a problem. But is there a problem in Rivers, as of today, that you'll be inviting the federal government to declare a state of emergency there? I will say no.
Okay.
And I will go back memory lane to say that all the parties in the imbroglio ensuing in Rivers State are off at fault. They are all at fault. And I'll say this to you. One, from the State Assembly to the chairman of the local government, or the elected executive council of the local government, then to the governor of the state. They are all at fault. One, Section 7 of the 1999 Constitution is clear about the nature of local government in each state of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, the provision says, particularly Section 7(1),
yeah, what does it say?
Provides that local government shall be governed by
elected,
democratically elected council members. Now, if you are now making a law, now to the State Assembly, if you are now making a law to say that you are elongating or you reserve the right to elongate the tenure of the local government executive council, what is that? That's a breach of Section 7. Right. And if you look at Section 1 of the 1999 Constitution, it's saying that any law that is inconsistent with the provision of the Constitution is null and void to the extent of its inconsistencies. Now, if you look at that, sir, you will discover clearly that what the State Assembly had done is an aberration. It's in contravention of the laws of the 1999 Constitution, the ground norm of Nigeria.
Right.
So that, as it may, that matter is subject to court adjudication.
But what you're saying is that things haven't gotten to the
I've not finished. I've not finished.
Because we're done with this, unfortunately. In 30 seconds.
No, 30 seconds I'll do.
Yes, please.
Now, if you look at the local government chairman, now, if you look at the local government laws of Rivers State, it is clear. If the term is prescribed to be 3 years,
right,
then once your term is up, then you leave. Why do you want to stay there? Now, go up to the governor. Now, what was the governor waiting for? If you know clearly that the tenure of the local government chairman will lapse on so day,
he should have held an
election. Why can't do election before that time? If you had done that, then it would have been on the side of the people.
Adeboro Damson, a senior advocate of Nigeria, thank you so much for joining us on Newsnight, as always.